during the last 47 years of the Islamic regime in Iran, led the crowd to shout. Mr. Iran, would you like to translate those slogans? Your leaders have been chanting that for years in public events in your Congress. They mean death for Israel, death for America. Israeli and American flags were painted on the road. Let people step on it. Our muscles are burning in public squares. This is not the anger of an extremist group, a minority. This is state-sponsored hatred. And while the death slogans for that echoed, the uranium has been enriched, rocket spinning, centrifuge built. The facilities are buried deep underground. It's never just words. It's preparation for action. But today, together with our ally, the United States of America, we're working to end that. Israel stands before you today, after working with the United States to confront and prevent its a threat, survival, before it becomes irreversible. This campaign is aimed at nuclear infrastructure, ballistic missile sites, and pressurized ammunition apparatus. Are feeding terrorism. We don't act across our region. Impulse. We don't act out of aggression. We're acting out of necessity because the Iranian regime, leaving no other reasonable choice. This joint effort will continue. As long as the threat exists, we thank President Trump and noted the close cooperation between Israel and the United States. It's an alliance between our two countries to the highest level ever in peace and war. Let's be clear about what we're dealing with. The regime has developed nuclear weapons in ignoring international law and resolutions of the United Nations. They've brutally murdered their own citizens. Suppression of dissent. And that's happening right now in cities in Iran. They've expanded their missile inventory and arms for proxies throughout the region. They openly declared their intention to erase Israel from the map. Now, when faced with the constant launch missiles and drones across the area, threatened the UAE, where a Pakistani citizen was killed. Jordan, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Iraq. In the last hour, has targeted the city of Tel Aviv. They're not targeting military bases. They're targeting a building in Tel Aviv civilians. Has been hit. An innocent woman killed, 21 others injured. This is a destabilizing wherever regime. They land wide, violence outdoors, while stifling freedom in the water. They're not reacting. They're expanding. This is an extreme machine that doesn't recognize borders. Mr. President, diplomacy is exhausted. Iran ordered to stop uranium enrichment. Stop heavy water projects. Stop developing capable of carrying nuclear warheads. And enables full inspection. Iran has not done any of that. Instead, they've also tried nuclear facilities so that we can't access it, accelerate missile production, and continue to fund terrorism since last summer's campaign. They've given billions of dollars to proxies. The resolutions are very clear. Their strategy is clear. Delay, delay, delay. but we're not going to be manipulated. It's very clear what they're preparing, building the means to corral us into the wall, to impose an irreversible reality. That leaves us no way back. That's not the future Israel will accept, and no responsible state should accept. This campaign is driven by goals. Obviously, eliminate the immediate threats, disrupting the nuclear program, to destroy the capacity to produce ballistic missiles, neutralize the naval threats, and dismantle the proxy network that destabilizes the operation region. Was carried out to protect the people of Israel within the framework of the ongoing armed conflict between Israel in accordance with the Charter of the United Nations and international law. Our forces are ready to stop extremism equipped with nuclear weapons, to the IDF all soldiers, of our boys and girls, my son, my daughter. We salute you. Stand like lions defending your people. There's a whole country behind you. We've heard the condemnations from some member states, from the Secretary General. But we all know that climbing doesn't start today. It started when Iran armed its proxies and export of terrorism, expansion of missiles and drones to advance the nuclear program in violation of its commitments, and turned to oppress his own people, beating, jailing, execution. Where was the outrage of the United Nations then? Where are the consequences then? Israel is now working to stop it. Irreversible threat. And the condemnation immediately came. That's the definition of hypocrisy. Some people call this aggression. We call it necessity. We call it survival. Mr. President, history has taught us never to ignore it, who openly call for our destruction. When a regime claims to destroy Israel, as they chanted death to Israel, when they promised to erase Faiz and Tio, a VIP from the map, we really believe that when we see hundreds of ballistic missiles, it's heading towards Israel. We believe those threats not profiting. We're not betting our existence. We act. Now, let me talk to the people. The courage of Iran. You are not our enemy. This campaign is not aimed at you. It's aimed at a regime that has silenced you, jail you, invest in missiles and uranium. While your economy is in trouble, you deserve more than that. This mode itself base on the side of the revolution that has pulled your country into isolation. The world is not afraid of a free Iran. The world is afraid of an extremist equipped regime with nuclear weapons and driven by extremism. Your future should not be defined by those who shout death. As President Trump said, the Iranian people deserve it. Security and the opportunity to determine one's own destiny. We think about you, you're seen, you're not alone. The future of Iran belongs to its people. We stand with you. Mr. President, this week, Jewish families around the world, Purim celebration. Many Israelis would do that in bomb shelters. Purim story happened over 2.55 years ago in this very land. Ancient Persia, an evil minister named Haman. He tried to destroy the Jews. It starts with words and slogans. It becomes a decree, and it could have become a strain. But Queen Esther wasn't silent. She stepped out. She spoke. You act before it's too late. That's the lesson we learned. It's not just an ancient lesson, it's a modern lesson. Last week, I stood in front of the Auschwitz Gate with 10 United Nations ambassadors. We're standing there showing what happens as extremism grows without AI stopping it in time. Before the Holocaust, some serious leaders said it's possible to diffuse aggression with concessions. They were completely wrong. Concession doesn't stop evil, it makes evil stronger. Winston Churchill understood that, as Queen Esther understood long before he did. When destruction is declared and weapons are being prepared, leaders must act. Not later, but now. Today, President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu understands that lesson. For decades, the Iranian regime has built uranium-enriched missiles to arm the proxies and land spread terror far beyond its borders. This regime is not just Israel's enemy. It's the enemy of stability, the enemy of all peace-loving nations. In this joint campaign, Israel and the United States work together. It's not because we're looking for conflict. It's because we ignore the claims of destruction. We're stopping extremism before it becomes unstoppable. We're going to make sure that any extreme regime, it's armed with nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles. It could threaten our people or the world. Thank you, Mr. President.